In The Bank Job 2, Jason Statham reprises his role as Terry Leather, the sharp-witted but reluctant thief who finds himself drawn back into the world of high-stakes crime. This time, the setting shifts from London to Australia, where Terry's past catches up with him in the sun-drenched streets of Sydney. Years after the notorious 1971 Lloyd's Bank heist, Terry has left behind the criminal life, or so he thought. Living under a new identity, he's settled into a quieter existence with a small legitimate business, hoping to leave his dangerous past behind. But fate, as always, has other plans. The story begins when Terry receives a cryptic message from an old acquaintance in London, hinting at new opportunities in Australia's booming financial sector. Curious yet cautious, Terry heads to Sydney, only to discover that the message was a setup orchestrated by an ambitious and powerful Australian crime syndicate. The syndicate's leader, Daniel Moretti, a wealthy businessman with deep connections to corrupt politicians and law enforcement, knows of Terry's past and wants him to pull off one more job. A heist targeting Australia's biggest financial institution, the Reserve Bank in Sydney. Unlike his previous heist, this job isn't just about money. Moretti reveals that the bank vault contains something far more valuable than cash-classified documents, linking Australia's political elite to an international web of corruption, arms smuggling, and drug trafficking. If exposed, these documents could bring down powerful figures in both Australia and abroad. Moretti plans to use the heist as leverage to take control of the syndicate and secure his dominance over the country's criminal underworld. Terry, reluctant to get involved, is initially resistant but is forced into the job when Moretti threatens his family back in London, making the stakes deeply personal. Terry soon assembles a team of thieves and experts to pull off the impossible heist. His crew includes an Australian tech genius, Sophie O'Reilly, who can hack into security systems, and Max Rivers, a former Navy diver turned expert in underwater operations, given the bank's high-tech vault is located underground, partially protected by Sydney Harbour's waters. Terry's old partner, Martine Love, is also brought back into the fold, drawn by the promise of uncovering more secrets about her political enemies. As the team begins planning the heist, they realize that this job is more complicated than anything Terry has ever done before. The Reserve Bank is heavily fortified with state-of-the-art security systems, including biometric scanners, motion detectors, and armed guards. Even more challenging is that Sydney's political and criminal elite are closely watching Moretti, suspecting that he's planning something big. Terry must navigate not only the technical complexities of the heist but also the treacherous world of Australian crime, where alliances shift quickly and trust is in short supply. The film ramps up the tension as Terry's team infiltrates Sydney's financial district, using an elaborate scheme involving tunnels beneath the city and the harbour. This sets up a series of thrilling sequences where the team must avoid detection, disable security, and manipulate the system to gain access to the vault. The heist is intricate and filled with close calls, showcasing Terry's leadership and improvisation skills as things inevitably go wrong. Meanwhile, Moretti's true intentions become increasingly suspicious. Terry begins to realize that the job isn't just about stealing documents, it's about power and control. Moretti plans to pin the entire heist on Terry and his crew, using them as scapegoats to cover up his involvement while he consolidates his grip on Sydney's underworld. Terry, sensing the betrayal, must adjust his strategy, turning the heist into a game of survival. The film's climax sees Terry and his team trapped inside the Reserve Bank's vault, with Moretti's men and law enforcement closing in on all sides. In a race against time, Terry uses his wits to outmaneuver both Moretti and the authorities, ensuring not only that he and his crew escape but also that they walk away with the evidence they need to take down Moretti. The final scenes are tense, with explosive action sequences as Terry's team fights their way out of Sydney's financial district, blending into the city's vibrant streets during a massive public event, adding a layer of chaos to the escape. In a twist, Terry outsmarts Moretti by leaking a portion of the classified documents to the media before the heist is even completed, setting off a political firestorm across Australia. The film ends with Terry walking away from the chaos he has unleashed, not only with the spoils of the heist, but with the satisfaction of having taken down a powerful criminal network. However, as Terry departs Australia, the last shot hints that the world of crime will always have a way of pulling him back in. The Bank Job 2 is a thrilling and complex heist film that mixes high-stakes action with political intrigue. Set against the iconic backdrop of Sydney's landmarks, its bustling harbor, towering skyline, and underground tunnels, the movie combines the fast-paced energy of a modern-day crime thriller with the deep, personal stakes of Terry Leather's character. Jason Statham's portrayal of Terry is as sharp and magnetic as ever, bringing both charm and grit to a character caught between his criminal past and the desire for a quiet life. But as always, when the world comes knocking, Terry is forced to rise to the occasion, proving once again that he's one of the most skilled and dangerous thieves in the game. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notifications on our new videos.